What's up, y'all? It's Kamikaze MMA coming back to break down my two favorite fighters, fights, and an extra Yuri Prohaska breakdown. We'll go there too. So let's just get started off with. I predicted Merab and Alex Pereira's fight basically perfectly. Yuri, I was a little off, but we'll get there. Let's start off with Yuri. Let's build the anticipation, all right? So the Yuri fight starts off. I have never seen someone look like a worse fighter in the middle of a UFC octagon than Yuri Prohaska. Never. Never happened in my entire life of watching the sport, which has been a good 7-8 years now. Never seen it. Never seen someone look so bad in a UFC octagon. Never. So, anyways, the fight starts and I'm like, oh, okay, Yuri's getting knocked out in this round. He's getting knocked out. I actually wasn't thinking that, but I was like, there's a good possibility. I was thinking he was going to come back in the third or the second. I predicted the second round. I thought he was going to come back in the third, but anyways, second round rolls around. Okay, he gets dominated for the first round. Getting pieced up like hell. The commentators don't say a single thing whenever Yuri lands. They only say something when Khalil lands. This was the whole time until Khalil got knocked out. Second round rolls around. I think Yuri won that round, personally. I think Yuri won that round, okay? But it was a close round, okay? It was a close round. So either way, it's whatever, because it doesn't matter. Okay, the reason I thought Yuri won is because it looked like he was landing the more consistent shots and his jabs looked really good. And Khalil landed like 2 or 3 that were good shots, but Yuri landed like 2 or 3 great shots and like 5 or 6 good shots, in my opinion. But anyways. So then round 3 comes along. And Yuri gets in his flow state, and it's just like, I lose fight for 2 rounds, and then I remember I have to win the fight. I have to come to fight to win. I think that's what he said in the corner. He was like, I've come to win, not to lose this fight, so I win now. And then he just went out there, and he's like, now I win. Oh, now I win. Just goes out there and just fucking starts. Blind me. And then there's like 30 to 40 seconds of them just clenched up doing nothing. And then they break again and Yuri's just back at him. And you could just see Khalil the entire third round. Once the third round started and he saw Yuri walking him down, you could see Khalil Roundtree going, what the fuck? What the fuck am I fighting? What the fuck am I fighting? Well, who is this? Why is this dude still fighting me? Why? Why is he still fighting me? He needs to stop fighting me right now. Right now he needs to stop fighting me. And once you see that look in Khalil's eye, you know the fight's over. You know he's quit on himself. You know he's done. Sucks to say, but you know it's over. And so, Khalil gets put out cold. It was a little sad, honestly, to win 2 fights of a match, for a championship opportunity, championship rematch. It's a little sad, especially to be put out that cold, where Yuri hits you, walks away, and then you hit the floor. I'm trying to think. It's so reminiscent of, oh man, I can't think of it. Oh, you know what it reminds me? The way he fell was when Terrence McKinney got flying knee knocked out by Ishmael Bonfim. Now that's a hardcore. Maybe not. Maybe that's not a hardcore, but that is exactly what it reminded me of. Is him falling, because when Terrence McKinney got knocked out, that was a bizarre KO too. Either way, great fight. Good fight. That was one of the most entertaining fights I've ever seen. And then we move on to the most entertaining fight. No, I'm joking. Merab is my favorite fighter, and I know I probably won't get a fan base saying that Merab's my favorite fighter, but I do not care. This dude is a fucking alien. This dude's a fucking alien. I predicted this fight essentially perfect. I said, I think Corey might come out and win the first round. Maybe I didn't say that, but I thought he would come out and win the first round. People usually take the first round off Merab. And then I was saying, but his striking is probably worse than Merab's, and his grappling's probably just as good, if not better. That was a little off. Merab's grappling and striking were both better. But the second round comes along. Nothing happened in the first. Nothing. Corey got cut. That's all that happened in the first round. Corey won the first, though. Merab TKOs Corey Sandhagen in the second round. And Mark Goddard's just like, yeah, mate. If it's not Alex Pereira, if it's not Alex Pereira fighting him, we'll fucking not stop this, yeah? It's over. But no, he just didn't stop the fight. I was like, this is crazy. And then Corey just gets right back up. And I'm like, okay, cool, that's good. Merab wasn't losing after that. Let's be real. Merab wasn't losing. After he knocked down Corey Sandhagen and almost finished him. He wasn't losing. Then we get to the third round. Boring. He just holds him against the cage and knees his thigh. But it is entertaining to see Merab manhandle people for 3 rounds, okay? It is entertaining to see Merab just, manhandle people for 5 rounds. I said 3, didn't I? For 5 rounds. It's entertaining to watch him just manhandle people. I don't care what anyone says. It was entertaining when Khabib did it. It's entertaining when someone manhandles someone. It just is. Sorry. And yeah, kneeing the thigh isn't that entertaining, but Merab manhandles you and he knees the thigh for 30 to a minute a round. He's not up on the cage for 5 minutes like Mario Batista was, kneeing the thigh. He's on there for 30 seconds to a minute. So get over it. He's the best fighter of all time, and I'm tired of saying it and it not being reciprocated. He is the best fighter of all time. He's the best fighter we've ever seen. He technically looks horrible. Guess who else looked horrible? Yuri Prohaska. Guess what else happened? He won. He looks horrible. I will give you that. He looks terrible on the feet. He's a good grappler. He is a good grappler. We got to give him that. But he looks terrible on the feet. He's a better striker than almost every bantamweight. He's a better striker than almost anyone in the UFC. If anyone has any info to tell me otherwise, show it to me. He just knocked down 2 of the best strikers in bantamweight history, in Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen, and he knocked them both down with his boxing. You can't say that this dude is not a good striker. You can't say it. Yeah, technically when you look at him, you're like, this dude is not a good striker. But guess what? So is Yuri. Yuri's not technically a good striker. He just has a style and system that works for him. He has a style and system that works, okay? So, if you're going to say Yuri's a bad striker, then you could say Merab's a bad striker. If you're going to even suggest that Yuri Prohaska is a good striker, you have to also say that Merab is a good striker. You have to. Merab has proven against everyone he's fought in the past 3 years that he's a good striker. Well, I don't understand. I don't understand how you could say he wasn't. Unless Sean O'Malley's bad. Sean O'Malley has to be a terrible striker for Merab to be a bad striker. Corey Sandhagen has to be a terrible striker for Merab to be a bad striker. And Aljamain Sterling would have to be the worst striker to ever exist. So, Merab's a good striker. That's the takeaway from this. I've been saying that. His boxing is elite. His boxing is elite. He's a good striker, okay? Okay, his boxing is not elite, but it works. It works, okay? It works. That's all I'm saying, all right? I'm just saying that it works. I'm not saying that, that he's like Sugar Ray Leonard out there just fucking, ooh, He's not Pretty Boy Floyd, or not Pretty Boy. He's not Money Mayweather, out here doing that. He is a good boxer. He fucking knocked down two of the best striker in bantamweight history. What are we talking about? Anyways, sorry, I'm getting frustrated because I don't understand how people don't agree that this dude is fucking elite. This kid's fucking amazing, dude. This kid's fucking amazing, you hear? That's a terrible Dana White. What does he sound like? This kid's fucking amazing. What the fuck did you... I'm just fucking... Merab is great. Merab's elite. He's the best fighter to ever walk this planet. I don't care what anyone says. He is the best fighter to walk this planet. Maybe Ilia Topuria. Maybe Tom Aspinall. Merab and Ilia beat everyone in the UFC besides maybe Tom Aspinall. And that's including our next fight, Alex Pereira. I think they beat Alex Pereira. But I think Alex Pereira has a good chance to beat Tom Aspinall. So let's talk about this fight. I predicted this fight perfectly. Almost 15 seconds from perfect. I said Alex Pereira didn't throw more than 2 strikes in their last fight per round. He threw 2 strikes per round. He was like, oh, the left hook didn't land. I'll throw a leg kick. Oh, the leg kick landed. Let me just not throw anything for the rest of this round. I said all Alex has to do is go out there and punch Magomed Ankalaev, and he's going to knock him out. That's in the first minute. If he just goes out there and punches Magomed Ankalaev, he's going to knock him out. He's going to kill him in the first round. He didn't kill him. But he's going to knock him out in the first minute, I was saying. So it was 15 seconds behind. This dude walks out, chops up Ankalaev's legs for 3 seconds, and then lands an overhand right. And I think he was elbowing him for like a minute straight. He stopped. And he was like, are you going to stop this, Herb? And then he was like, all right, I'm going to just keep elbowing. And just kept elbowing. And then, he taunted on this dude. Like, that was the best part for me. I hate Magomed Ankalaev. I wish this dude would have never fought in the UFC. I wish he would have gotten cut after Paul Craig beat him. This dude is boring as fuck. He's annoying to look at with his fucking vulture face. This dude is terrible. I don't know how he got in the UFC. He got submitted by Paul Craig. He beat Alex Pereira by tit-for-tat striking with him, which is impressive. But you can't tit-for-tat if Alex is just going to knock you out, bro. You can't do it. You can't tit-for-tat with that, So, yeah, everyone's celebrating. Everyone's happy. Everyone's screaming, shouting, chanting Chama. Fuck. Everyone's chanting Chama because the reign of Magomed the Ugly is over. the no fight reign of Magomed and the Ugly is over. So, Ankalaev the Ugly. I think that should be his new nickname. I think it has a ring to it. I think it fits him. So yeah, my 2 favorite fighters won. I'm not upset. I hate Ilia Topuria. I love Merab. I hate Ilia Topuria. But they are the 2 best fighters to ever walk the earth. No one could say otherwise now. No one could say otherwise. John Jones ain't shit compared to Merab, and he ain't shit compared to Ilia Topuria. If Ilia Topuria versus Merab could happen, like I know they're friends, it's never going to happen. They're 2 weight classes. If that could happen, I would literally... If Merab beat Ilia Topuria, I'd literally lose my mind. I think Ilia Topuria is my least favorite fighter. But he's really good. He's great. But if they could fight and Merab could beat him, oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. I would be in paradise, bro. Anyways, yeah, this is mostly just Merab rat. This dude's not losing to anyone. I don't care who it is. He could move up to welterweight right now and beat Islam Makhachev. Fuck. And JDM in the same night. He could move up to welterweight right now after this fight and beat both of them in the same night. Peace.